59 Plymouth, just an absolute delight. I actually think the biggest problem I'm going to have with this car is keeping the miles off of it, because it is a nice low mileage car, and you don't want to just use it every day, but I don't know, it's sure easy to just hop in this thing and go. And you know, it's certainly it's definitely an appropriate way to arrive at the GCFCE though. So, oh, in the comments I often get, what does the GCFCE stand for? It stands for Gentlemen's Center for Cultural Enrichment, if anybody's asking. So, quite a nice view over the fluted headlights and hood of the 59 Fury. Hey, I'd like to take this short little driving opportunity to remind everybody to check if they're still subscribed to the show, and invite anybody who's not to please subscribe to the show for more of this kind of thing. We certainly are never going to run out of old cars to fix around here. Even if you just need some evidence to show your better half that you're not nearly as deranged as some people out there, you know, that this show can come in pretty handy. You know, she says, you just bought a third car? You can say, well, this guy just bought a 75th car. So, you see, it could be worse. Of course, this guy's divorced and has no clothes or furniture and lives on craft dinner, but he does have a lot of cars. Dan purchased his car several months ago, and he's been lightly going over it. We've still got some more work to do. We'll be doing a little feature on some body work on this thing, but I really wanted to show you guys this very clean example of a very hard to find vehicle, actually. I don't think I've seen one around here in ages, and anyhow, just a neat old piece and some interesting options. Another one of those cars that Dan saw for sale and pretty much knew instantly that he was going to have it, and he bought it sight unseen, and the legendary Agent 1080 flew to Vancouver or Victoria or wherever it was, some 1,000 miles away anyway, and drove it home for him. And today we're going to take it for a little drive. Dan's done a bunch of work to get it inspected. Of course, it needed tires and brakes and the usual bullshit, gas tank, you know, some light tidying, and now we're going to take it for a spin. I just don't get tired of looking at that steering wheel. Hard to believe that that is an unrestored wheel. What a treat. Hey, shit used to be cool. I'll look again, but I don't see any yellow tail fins on the latest Hyundai models. So happy with the dual exhaust on this car. Sounds great outside and absolutely silent inside. Just the fact that we can drive this ancient car around with the windows down at highway speeds and still talk, I just love it. Just love it. Let's go see what Dan has in store.
got a new Dodge, new Air Dodge. Oh, yeah. It's a 91 Ramcharger.
91?
Yeah, 91 Ramcharger.
When did they stop making these?
In Canada and the US, 93 was the loss for them. Yeah.
Cool. And
so
this is a pretty uniquely optioned vehicle.
I was pretty excited about this one, yes.
What
Color and
what was the gimme on this?
Single tone paint,
yeah.
bench seat, 4-speed.
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 That's the thing.
Let me unlock it.
Sure.
Ta-da! Yeah, cool, hey?
Until I saw this, I did not even know that they made such a thing.
I didn't either. I just thought they were all buckets.
Yeah.
I thought
bench seat, 4-gear, and 318.
And 318.
Throttle body.
And full load. Like it's an LE, so it's got windows, locks, air tilt, cruise, everything works.
Unbelievable. How many miles on it?
221K.
Oh, so that's a fair number, but dry, from a dry part of the world.
Yeah, from Vancouver Island for most of its life.
Faded out.
I know.
No cracks in the dash. Really nice, man.
The needles are all nice. All the needles are nice in it here. It's not all faded out. It's dirty because I haven't spent much time.
We're still going to do the full detail, but I wanted to get a picture of it before we did too much. Then they got the cruise control.
On the old style steering wheel. It's not like our...
Yeah. That's hardly been used.
Pretty happy with this.
Yeah. I guess we get to do a few touch-ups later on.
We're going to do a few touch-ups. Yeah, it needed a few things that if I had to do well, we did the fuel filler neck there because it was leaking, and then the fuel
tank.
Yeah, we cleaned the fuel tank out, and then new fuel filter.
Yeah, just basic stuff.
Yeah. It drove home from Vancouver.
Yeah, really.
Right. Fairly trouble-free.
Let's have a quick look at the motor and we'll go for a drive.
It's an absolute jog.
Yeah.
But man, does it run good, hey?
Yeah, it runs like new, yeah.
You almost think it's like, okay, it needs more.
Well, it's probably better now with the 4-wheel drive fixed.
Yes.
It's probably a lot better.
Substantially better, yeah. Yeah, so there's a shift fork in the front differential of these Danas, and basically the vacuum pod had just seized, but it had seized in 4-wheel drive, so basically the front diff was always locked. So it was like driving around full-time, which the old Ramchargers did, right in the 70s, but it's supposed to work. So
I probably got you 20% on the gas mileage just fixing that.
And we got the air all recharged up too.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see if that's still holding.
Boy, it's just dead smooth. Eh?
I know. The only thing that's making noise is the shitty air pump on it, but it's still got caps and everything on it. Like the stock exhaust is all still in place, so it's
still intact, And mostly
fails,
original paint too, right?
Mostly original paint. Some 90s repair done here.
Yeah. So a little touching up there, but the rest of it's original. There we go.
From Maple Ridge Chrysler.
Yeah. Oh, the huge. Is that glass? That's
fiberglass. Yeah, fiberglass. Yeah.
Oh, speaking my language. More classic tires.
But nice factory tinted rear glass in it too. It's not like a snow plow. It's never had a snow plow on it. It's never.
Most of these got just beat to death. That looks just terrific.
The tires look great on it.
Yeah.
The right size, I would say.
Paint's still amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
It shined up really well. Yeah,
like there's
polishing. We haven't got the thing detailed.
We polish
out right
like
now.
this.
Yeah.
This stuff. But it still needs all this. This done. The roof needs to be resprayed. But overall, it's all basically original sheet metal except that one portion. So the grill's in decent shape on it. They're using just arsehole.
Yeah.
I did buy for it, even though I don't think I'm going to use it, but I did just because I like the look of them. I did buy this, and it came off of a Dodge, and I was going to originally adapt it to the Suburban, and I've debated what it would look like on the front of the Ramcharger. I just like how that kind of tough off-road look to them, but I think...
the Ramcharger is more of a cruiser.
Yeah. We'll leave that for today. Just in case.
Well, I haven't been in one of these cars probably 25 years since I last rode in one.
You ever driven one?
No.
Okay, let's go for a drive.
Fair enough. Do I get to drive?
Well, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
God, look at that thing, eh? Doesn't fit in here at all. It's like space-aged cars. I don't use first, just use second,
Oh, the clutch is nice.
It's decent.
Yeah.
It's like an on-off switch, more or less, though.
It's actually comfy driving position.
Considering it's a bench seat, right?
Yeah. Maybe I'm just used to how wore out the seat is in my diesel. But you kind of sit on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
You can, oh wow, you can actually see out of these things when the seat's not wrecked.
After driving the diesel for a short amount of time, you can realize how much torque they make in comparison, hey?
Yeah, yeah. It drives really well. I was expecting it to be like, whoa.
I did put a steering stabilizer shock on the front diff.
Yeah.
It does cure a lot of the wander out of them.
Yeah. I just remember the last one I was in, it was really bouncy and bucky. Of course, it was an older one as well.
Pre-steering box brake, because these ones all have steering box braces on them too. They really much wouldn't have.
Well, I think they realized as these went through production that most people were not beating them on the farm four-wheel drive. They were driving them to the grocery store. And so they kind of civilized them a bit. Although it's still capable of being a rough off-road vehicle, but it's a lot more civilized.
You could totally take this camping.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? But then
and people probably, most of the miles in this thing are probably highway.
Or fishing trips.
Yeah.
You know, going to the lake for the weekend or going to the cabin. Right?
Sure. Oh, fun.
You put it right to the carpet if you want to see what gruesome performance it has. Look at that.
Yeah, it's... But this, what was the top engine, 360?
360, yeah. But in 92, these would have had Magnum engines, like a 318 or a 360 Magnum.
Oh, yeah.
So then you could have got
more jam.
Oh, yeah, like substantially. And then you would have got a 5-speed instead of a 4-speed.
Oh, okay.
Right, with overdrive. So they're actually, that's the only thing I wish it was a 92, but...
yeah, it's not punishment to drive. I was really expecting to be like, whoa, but it's not. It's nice. New tires doesn't hurt either, right?
Stiff sidewall tire. Yeah.
And we have air conditioning too.
Oh, see if it see if it's holding up still. Because I have not run it since the day that I recharged it, so we'll see in a moment or two, I guess, if it's actually working.
So, what are the plans for this one?
Do the touch-ups and just, I don't know, keep around and on to the next one. You know.
Well, it's good. You got to put the fleet in the garage, right? It's over 30 years old.
I know.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, these things rusted like bad. So to find a nice solid one like this, especially clean, civilized.
And nice original interior in the thing too.
Yeah.
Like,
what's the turning circle on these?
Pretty tight.
Pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's
cool, hey?
That is tight. Like, is that the short wheelbase? I guess?
The short wheelbase would do that. Yeah, it'd be the same like
you could turn this around on a residential street without even backing up.
It's completely opposite of the Cummins.
I was not expecting that. Well, usually four-wheel drive, you can't get that kind of steering angle, but that's impressive.
Solid front axle and stuff, though, too.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually quite fun to drive. Like, it doesn't feel like a punishment.
Yeah. No, it's really fun. Just one of those cars that you just saw it and you're like, but you weren't looking for it. It just came up, so you had to have it.
I always I'd snoop, but I was never like. I was just window shopping.
Yeah.
I was always window shopping for years. So I've always just finding the right color and finding options, right?
And selling the red truck, which was the right move. Gotta roll. Yeah. Gotta go sort things out. This is a regular contributor.
Same old shit.